My son has identified as a cat for the past 7 years, and now all of a sudden he's telling me he doesn't think he's a cat anymore. He thinks he wants to be human. He's identified as a cat since he was 7 years old, and now he's 14, almost 15, and all of a sudden he says he wants to be human. I have trained this guy to use the litter box. I have made sure I've made food for him that is safe for both cats and humans to eat. I have gone to lawyers to try to get him to where he can go visit a veterinarian instead of a pediatrician. And now all of a sudden, he's no longer trans species. After I've advocated for all these rights and, I got the litter box in the schools and everything, I'm a little upset. Like, I love him still, of course, but I'm a little upset because I'm just like, has society influenced you into thinking you're a human again? Like, why don't you want to identify as a cat anymore? That's my baby, Have any other trans species parents experienced this?
Just a couple of real quick things here. If you could identify as any animal, why would you choose cat? That I think is your first problem. Your second problem is a parent that indulges in this kind of stuff. I was a huge fan of the Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles. I grew up in the 90s and I loved that show. And I thought that I was Donatello or Raphael. But that doesn't mean my parents are gonna go get some type of terrarium for me to live inside. You don't have to give in to every urge that your child has. In fact, you should give in to virtually zero urges that your children has because they're children. They should be able to live in fantasy. That fantasy should eventually be snapped out of by reality, and that's what you're there for. Indulgences in these style of fantasies is what ends up destroying a child. I'm almost never in favor of getting children taken away from parents unless it's an abusive situation where the child is innocent and the parents are using their power in order to harm the child. And that's what this is. And so it's time for society to get really serious about moms like this, because ultimately what's happening is the mom's abusing the child for clout, for herself, to be able to go and say that she has a trans species kid or whatever. That's what this is all about. It's about the mom wearing their kid like a handbag, like a designer bag. That's the most immoral and grotesque thing that you can do to your own child. It's patently evil. It must end. It must stop. And I still want to be a Ninja Turtle.